Number one, where were you born?
Boonville, Missouri.
Who would you want to play you in a movie?
Oh my gosh. It would be different actresses over, like one in my childhood, one in adulthood, one in my 20s while I'm getting the record deal. But I think, I don't know, probably Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Nice. I see that. I actually see that.
Yeah, and she's a singer too.
Okay. Yeah, her or Rachel. She was with Ryan Gosling in that film.
Oh, McAdams?
Yes, I think that could work too.
Funny you say that because my daughter Audrey looks just like her. So
No way. Hey.
Do something. And my husband always thinks I look like Charlize Theron. I mean, not on this
Yeah.
video because the lighting's terrible, but it would have to be somebody I think who could sing. And I don't know, I would need to find the 20s person for that period. Any suggestions for the 20s person?
I mean,
maybe my daughter.
Your daughter's fine. I've never seen her, but I bet she's a spitting image of you in your 20s.
Yeah, she is.
What was your first job?
Singing live, doing live shows, and I grew up singing in bars, watching drunk people two-step. So
Yeah.
I really used to get paid for shows at age 5.
What is your biggest fear?
Dying and leaving my children behind.
Oh, I so feel you. The parent thing. Who makes you laugh the most?
My children. In particular, my daughter Audrey. She's a freaking comedian. She's insane. She's so funny. She makes me laugh the most.
What is the one thing you need to have in your fridge at all times?
Diet Coke and fat-free half and half for my coffee.
Nice. What's your greatest accomplishment?
My children.
Who's the most interesting person you met recently?
That is a great question. I don't know that I've met anyone new recently. Who have I met? I mean, I will say Philip Sweet from Little Big Town came in and sang on the Covers album. He sang Whenever I Call You Friend with me. And I had met him with Little Big Town, like always the four of them walking around together, but getting to know him on a personal basis. He's a great guy. He's got an amazing wife who supports him. And he did a phenomenal job singing with me on that song.
Cool. What's your middle name?
Lynn.
Lynn.
Linn. I'm named after my great grandmother Morrison, who was also a complete servant to her family. And her name was Sarah, and that's who I'm named after.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
When people presume to know what I want.
Yeah, that's the artist in you talking there. What is the last book you read? Born to Fly?
No, I've been reading East of Eden.
Okay.
I read it by John Steinbeck. I've been listening to the Audible. I like to go to bed listening to something because it helps me turn my brain off. So for about a month, I've been listening to East of Eden, and I fall asleep, but then I bookmark it and then I start again where I was. But the Audible of East of Eden is absolutely incredible. I don't know who's reading it, but it's amazing. It's one of the best books you'll ever read.
Nice. What is your favorite hobby?
Watching television.
Yeah. Any favorite shows?
There's so many great shows on TV, like since Apple TV. I remember Downton Abbey was one of the first things I found just kind of after I got an Apple TV, and I'm like, what is this all about? I really do mean that. I like to binge watch and marathon shows that are serious and have great writing because I get inspired.
Yeah,
I'm watching Peaky Blinders right now.
Okay, nice. Did you ever like The Office?
Oh, we're obsessed with The Office.
Yeah.
My kids know every episode. If you turn on that one where Michael Scott does blah, 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 they're like, oh, that's episode 3, season 4.
Yeah, they got it down. My kids know all the episodes too. That's so funny. What's your guilty pleasure?
Probably red wine and watching The Real Housewives of New Jersey or The Real Housewives of anywhere.
Okay.
I definitely watched the entire series of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. That's a guilty pleasure. That and getting massages.
Yes.
Not really a guilty pleasure, it's necessary because the high heels on stage hurt my back.
Yeah, that's right. Do you have any hidden talents besides drumming?
Drumming, I'm a great athlete. And I say that with no, like, I'm not bragging. Everybody in my family is an athlete. And that's one of the ways that I hooked my husband, because I asked him to throw softball on our first date, and we did. But,
wow.
Yeah, so I'm very athletic.
You should throw some like signed footballs out into the crowd at your shows.
Oh, I should. That's a great idea.
You remember shows, right?
I forgot about all of that.
But just personal question, I'm off the reservation here. Do you ever play drums at your shows? Like do any drum solos or anything?
No, and that's a sore subject because I've asked my brother to arrange for that to happen for 20 years and he's never done it. And it made me insecure, like maybe he thinks I'm not good enough, but I am. I'm good enough.
You are good enough. I can sense your confidence tells me that. What color is your toothbrush?
I have a white electric toothbrush, like this, what are they called? The Sonar, Sonic.
Yeah.
Sonic toothbrush.
What's your secret snack?
Low-fat Jif. I like to take a spoonful of low-fat Jif to bed with me. I have night anxiety. I don't like going to bed. I'm used to road life. I'm used to being, up all night.
Yeah.
So when it's time to go to bed, I start getting anxiety. Like, what if I can't sleep? And so I put in my headphones, I listen to a book, and I take a Diet Coke and I eat low-fat Jif. But I'm usually asleep before it's all consumed.
Yeah. Yeah, the musician's curse, night anxiety. And you write about anxiety in your book too, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
I do. From my 3 near-death experiences, I've had to deal with, a lot of PTSD and anxiety, but I'm a lot better now.
Yeah. Wow. How do you take your coffee?
Splenda and low-fat, half and half.
You
remember? My kids are so judgmental of me for using Splenda.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, nobody knows.
You don't know my life?
Yeah, and I'm just like, it would be one thing if I was like eating just like pounds of Splenda, but I'm having like 2 cups of coffee.
Yeah.
So leave me alone.
Yeah, get out of here. You remember theaters. What is the last movie you saw in theaters?
I have no idea.
What's the last gift you gave?
I probably sent a bottle of wine to my girlfriend who needed a bottle of wine. I'll just put it at that. And I sent wine on Drizzly.
Okay. What cause is dear to your heart?
I have a lot of causes that are dear to my heart. Anything that has to do with family and babies and children, and I'm always more about the optimistic side of life. So any causes that promote optimism about life.
Yeah. What is number 1 on your bucket list?
Well, I hate doing a bucket list because it makes me feel weird. It would probably have something to do with John Mayer.
John Mayer responding to your many requests to do something. Hello.
I used to even sing "Say What You Need to Say" in our encore, and that's from the movie Bucket List. But I'd probably like to take a humongous long trip all over Europe, to as many places as we can go with my kids.
Yeah. For all of you listening, why don't you help Sarah out? Let's all do some hashtag John Mayer, Sara Evans type of stuff. And just everybody tag him in posts and hashtag what's wrong with John Mayer, hashtag where's John Mayer? Let's get this
Sara
thing.
Evans?
Yeah. Where do you want to go that you've never been? Last question.
I've been so many places. I've never been to Germany or that area. I've been to Switzerland. And I've been to Italy, but only very briefly. So I'd kind of like to do that, you know. And I would like to go to all of Italy, like the countryside.
Very cool.
And
Any
I've never
close?
been to Wales or Ireland, which I want to go there too because I'm Welsh.